Welcome to the present moment. Thank you for your precious, precious attention wherever you are out there in time and space. I trust that you are maximizing the possibilities of this glorious day. So one of the topics today was that actually all of life is sacred. But how funny we are as humans that it's much easier to make some things sacred than others. For instance, for me personally, my morning ritual of coffee, don't panic, it's organic. My morning ritual of coffee and shilajit, which is a beautiful tar, resin, mineral situation that comes from the Himalayas. I know it sounds so exotic, it is. That ceremony for me is sacred. It feels sacred. Like in the morning I get up just before sunrise, I light a candle, I burn some hippie scents, and I sit and I breathe in my coffee and I dissolve the shilajit and I'm in a ritualistic participation of the present moment. I am reverentially turning up, right? Now, it feels easy to make that into a ceremonious participation because, the scene is set and it's actually sort of like a controlled environment, right? And everything about it is glorious. I'm watching the sunrise and there's music that I'm playing and there's this coffee and the shilajit and all the smells and it's like, everything about it just feels holy, right? But then here I am sitting in a car at a red light and I see a plastic bag tumbling down the highway and I start to think to myself, the audaciousness of humans and how, the pollution of, our environment and how it just feels gritty and it just feels dirty and it's like it's destroying the aesthetics of our beautiful town, this bloody plastic bag. It doesn't feel so holy, right? But the truth is that all things are sacred and the only thing that is changing here is my perception of that which I am witnessing. So for some reason, when I light the candle and I'm in this sort of holy, reverential participation with the coffee, it's easier for me to accept that as a sacred moment. But when I'm sitting on the highway, you're not sitting on the highway, Anyway, you hear what I'm saying? Like when I'm sitting in traffic or whatever and the plastic bag is tumbling down the street, that feels dirty, that feels gritty, that feels like some, thoughtless human has just, thrown this bag out and not thought twice about it. And so now I'm having some sort of weird reaction to that. And it's not really true. Why? Because as I shared today in my class, that actually that plastic bag has a holy background to it. Number one, it's probably made of dinosaur bones and flesh. The petroleum industry is sacred. Actually, when you really start to think about it, there is, this ancient plant matter or whatever it is that has fire involved, and there's machines and there's a process. And so now we have, this plastic bag probably made in China, churned out with a couple of other million plastic bags, bundled up, sent on a ship or a plane or whatever it is coming in. It's been sold to another place, it's gone through a journey to get to some sort of supermarket, then someone has put the things in the bag, used the bag, maybe the bag got stored, probably for years on end, who knows? Then that bag maybe got picked up by some kid that's decided to play, in the garden, needs to go and collect, lizards and stones and dirt or something. Mum, can I have a plastic bag? You know where the plastic bags are. Reaches in, gets that one holy plastic bag, runs outside, play, and then the bag gets, thrown frivolously into the no thing by this kid, and then, little bastard, and then the adventure really begins for this plastic bag because the wind picks up at night and it starts to get picked up by the wind. It's tumbling down all sorts of streets in the middle of the night. And now this plastic bag is having its own holy moment of complete freedom until maybe one day some angry cat Dawes sitting at a red light sees plastic bag, gets out of the car, chases it down the street, you know. Anyway, my point is that what if all things are sacred and all things are holy, and just through a perception correction, you can have a more reverential participation in reality instead of feeling that some things are easily lovable and other things are not. Now, I'm not saying that we should go and pollute the environment and not think twice about that. That's not my point. My point is why get all burned up and sort of feeling resentment and a knee-jerk reaction of the filthiness of humanity while you're sitting at a red light because you see a plastic bag? Why not feel into more of a majestic possibility there and then, you know, go and pick up the plastic bag if you can. Like, my point is like we don't need to contaminate the present moment through our perception and interpretation when we don't even do anything about it. There's no point in actually feeling the pollution in the present moment and getting into the grit and a toxic momentum for no particular reason. The truth is that all of life is sacred. And the art of a true NOWism practice is where we actually participate in a way with our consciousness so that we're activating a possibility in all moments, that we are turning up the volume of that which is sacred and beautiful by using the muscle of our interiority to maximize the possibilities. The benefits of this, number one, you just feel more calm more of the time, which then also influences the body temple. You're not plaguing the body temple with all of these toxic chemicals just through resentment and doubt and fear and worry all of the time. You are actually being in a more reverential possibility with life, which means that you are building your future from the present moment with a quality participation. There's a lot of value in mastering yourself, that you're not just in a reaction to life, but rather that you're in a response. And so I hope that next time you see a plastic bag rolling down the street in the wind, that you revere the holy nowness of that moment, and then you get out of your car and go and pick it up and put it in the bin. Big loves, richest nows. I hope I've inspired you today. If you're interested in classes or the one-on-ones and you're ready to make all things holy and reverential and be in a sacred participation, hit me up. I look forward to working with you. Big loves.